See, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
So happy to catch up with my next guest. He's going to be taking on Brady Hiestand, UFC Fight Night, August 12th. It is right around the corner. Of course, it's Damon Blackshear back here on the program. Damon, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, bro?
I'm doing awesome. I'm not going to be fighting next Saturday, though. Brady Hiestand, bit of a notable guy, obviously being on The Ultimate Fighter. Was this the type of opponent you were kind of expecting?
Nah, it was a surprise to me, but I like it. You know, I like the challenge.
Yeah, and coming off a lot of momentum, that last fight, man, getting a second round finish in a couple months ago, back in June, actually, on that UFC Fight Night card. Was there a bit of weight lifted off your shoulders? I know you had some tough opponents the first couple fights, but to get that first UFC win, that's got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it felt amazing. And definitely it was kind of like it was like a relief, you know. So it felt great. Great.
Yeah. I know last time we spoke, you had made the move to Florida. I assume that's still the same thing. You're training down there as opposed to back in Albuquerque?
Yep, I'm down in Florida, South Florida, mostly in Miami. So
that's great. How's that transition been, other than the weather being better?
It's been amazing. I'm down here, and the time I spend out here, I spend working. You know, I'm always in the gym. I'm over here at Kale Zone, or I'm down in Boca Raton at IHP Fit. You know.
Good. That's great, man. Right amount of time off in between fights, or are you hoping fight a little bit sooner than this?
Oh no, this is perfect. You know.
Yeah.
It's, to fight and then hop right back in there. You know. So.
Looked like you got a full camp too. When did you find out about the fight?
I found out about the fight probably about seven weeks out. So okay. Yeah, I've been ready for it now.
Good. So I'm sure you've had some time to look up Brady and everything. Stylistically, how are you looking at this fight?
He's a heavy grappler. He swings wild. Not really sharp on the feet. I plan on piecing him up on the feet and sprawl and brawl, you know.
And I mentioned there, he's had a couple fights in The Ultimate Fighter, but you have a lot more experience. And I think this is something we've talked about in other interviews, that you had a grind to get to the UFC, right? It wasn't a couple fights and, maybe you got a contract. It was, working your way up in the regional scene. Kind of what I'm getting at. How much will experience play into this fight with him only having 9 fights?
I think it's going to be the difference between, I'm going to show that there's definitely levels to it. And yeah, I'm excited for this. You know, I think I can show all my skills and show the difference between me and him, you know.
You mentioned there being in Florida. What about training partners? Who have you had a chance to work with ahead of this fight?
I was able to stop by Killcliff and move around with some of those guys. You know, I used to train with the old crew down at Hard Knocks 365, so it was good seeing everybody. Everybody remembered me, so it was nice, you know. And then my regular training partners over here at Kale Zone, who's one of the guys is about to fight for LFA. He's gonna Daniel Franza. He's okay. one of my training partners. He's a little bigger, but it's perfect for the kind of opponent I have. I'm going against a strong, tense wrestler, you know. So I like going against these bigger opponents for this fight.
What about a Killcliff? Who did you get to work with?
I trained with Dustin Lampros. He was in the Ultimate Fighter, and then Teal. He used to fight for the One Championship. Smaller guys getting those kind of looks, you know.
And what about the weight cut? I know, especially down in Florida, it's really hot this time of year. I'm sure the cut's going a little bit easier just because you're almost like in a sauna all the time when you're outside.
Yeah, definitely. I'm floating between 8 pounds. You know, I'm trying to make sure I'm staying hydrated throughout the day, but I'll float between 50 to 58. You know, just depending on how well I ate during the day. So my weight's perfect. So.
Good, great to hear. And when are you heading out to Vegas? In terms of usually what, Tuesday? I think you get there.
Yeah, Tuesday we head out.
Good. Okay. And who's making the trip with you as far as your corner?
My corner is going to be the same crew I had in my last fight. It's going to be my manager, Lamont. It's going to be Greg and Daniel Franza. So.
How's this fight playing out? One thing with Brady, pretty durable guy, man. He's tough to take out. How do you see this one playing out?
I plan on finishing him. I see it a finish in the second round.
Yeah, don't get paid by
that I I can take advantage of, and I plan on finishing them in the second round.
I'm assuming this is the last fight on the 4-fight deal, so kind of a big fight going forward, right?
Yeah. Or actually, I just signed a new contract.
Did you? Nice,
Yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
great. Okay, well, that's got to be feeling good. A little boost going into this fight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It feels
Was
good.
that something you were expecting? I mean, you've always put on really entertaining fights, so I'm sure that's part of it too, where it's like UFC is not necessarily looking at like one loss or a draw. They're looking at, hey, like what type of fight is he putting on? Do you think that factored into it?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I can easily, like, with most of these guys, like, I'm gonna have a wrestling background. I could fucking take these guys down, and I can play that holding game and edge out some fights, but nobody wants to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to fight that way, you know. But yeah. So I think that's part of it for sure.
Was that something where so the UFC just came to you and offered you a new deal, or was it something you guys were talking about? Like, tell me how the contract extension came together.
Nah, it just came out of the blue. They offered a fight, and then like a week later, they're like, "Hey, let's renegotiate the contract." And I was like,
"That's great, man. That doesn't always happen, right? So you got to be feeling pretty good about that, right?"
Yeah, no, I feel I'm excited.
Yeah. Does that play into like this fight though, like a little bit in the sense that like, I know contracts, they're not guaranteed, but it's got to give you a little boost going into this one, right?
Yeah. A little bit more incentive, but man, I'm not a big, like, I want to win no matter what. You know what I'm saying? If it was $0 and we had a scrap, I want to fucking win. Dog, that is it, and that is all. I don't really care about, I care about the money, but I don't care about the money. I just want to win,
Yeah.
That's it.
Before we go, downtime, what's that looking like in Florida? I know you're busy training, doing a lot of stuff. You getting to the beach at all, or has it been, just all business?
Nah, I've been almost every weekend. I plan to take a trip down to Miami Beach or Deerfield Beach, and just.
Still got you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Sorry, you just cut out there. You're just saying you go down to Miami or something, just that last step.
Miami Beach and then Deerfield Beach, and I just chill on the coast. I might do some like hand coordination drills. I might juggle for a little bit, hit the little ball on the string, and just chill out on the beach,
And punch people in the face next Saturday, man, right? We're looking forward to it. It's UFC Fight Night coming up here. Like I said, next Saturday. Damon, thanks so much for doing this. I kind of put this together at the last minute, but it's great, man. I really appreciate it. If there's anyone you'd like to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
I just want to thank FHE Health, IHP Fit, KO Zone, LCA Sports Management, Icon Meals, especially Icon Meals. They be feeding me during my training camps, and that's about it.